Hey guys, today I have a compacted version of my hidden ladder. So before I start this video, I would like to once again thank you guys for 500 subs. You guys are the best subs in the world. I don't even like my newest subs. They even watch my Crimson Stone videos. Like, who even does that? Who watches Crimson Stone? But anyways, if you guys noticed, I changed my channel art within like minutes of posting that video. So now it's a picture of what my plot is like on Cube Crowd. And you guys might be thinking, Zombachu, you barely have 5 creations on Cube Crowd. You're lying. And no, I'm not lying. That is actually underneath my plot. You could actually see a couple unreleased creations on there, and I really didn't intend for that to happen, but I'm pretty doubtful that you guys can recreate them and post them as your own from just that angle. So yeah, you can actually see my 500, not 500, you could actually see my 750 sub creation on there. So yeah, see if you guys can figure out what it is. But also I got a new intro. I hope you guys enjoy that as well. And also I changed my Crimson Stone thumbnail format. Maybe that's what's making you guys watch them, because before it was a pretty crappy thumbnail and nobody really watched it. So yeah, those two could have some correlation. But anyways, like I said, 500 subs. I posted this video. It's a hidden thing that activates my sound, and yeah, it just uncovers like a dispenser or ladders or something, or it could just be the world's largest trap door if you want that to happen, because it is pretty huge. It's 4 wide by 7 deep by 5 tall, and that's like 180 blocks or something. I didn't do the math. And I challenge you guys to make it smaller, because I know this thing is a behemoth. So as soon as I post this video, Deco, being Deco, is just like, hey Zombachu, I made a smaller one. And yeah, he didn't post his video though, so I'm waiting for him to do that. Then I'll link that in the description of this video. He said he got it down to like 160 blocks, I think it was, or 140, I'm not too sure. But like 5 minutes after that happened, Siberian Hat's just like, yo Deco, I will turn down your music. And I made a smaller one that's like 120 blocks, and that's the same size as this one. They're both 3 wide, 7 long, and 5 tall, so I think that's 120 blocks. I'm assuming he did his math correctly. I didn't double check it. But anyways, the thing that Siberian Hat, the thing that's nice about Siberian Hat's design is that it doesn't have this really stupid piece of redstone right there. I tried everything to get rid of that thing, and no, it just doesn't work. So yeah, I'm going to be linking his video in the description. And once again, if Deco or when Deco posts his, I will also link that as well. Now, another bad thing about this design is that it also uses a bit more resources than Siberian Hats. However, it can be activated by stone button, unlike his, so that's nice. Uses some crazy mechanics. So I'm just gonna go ahead and build this, because I feel like this intro's been like 10 minutes already. That's way too long for an intro. So you're going to want to have your input block right there. You're going to want to have dust on each side and then a torch right there. Have a piston there, and then this is the world's crappiest monostable. And then you need a sticky piston there, and then a cauldron. Now this is similar to what Siberian Hat did with his design. Basically, when a cauldron moves and it's giving a signal to a comparator through a block, it will not update the comparator. For example, as you see, that comparator is on, right? It's on, and then when it activates, it doesn't turn off because buds and stuff. So you're going to want to have a dust there going into a block, going into a torch, and that's just right next to a sticky piston and another sticky piston. Now you're going to want to have a block on top of that torch right there, and then here is your block swapper. So you're going to want to have a piston, sticky piston, and then on this side just a regular piston like that. Now you're going to want to have an unmovable block here like that. So we're going to be powering this block right there, which is going to have the torch on it. And we don't want that piston to be powered and screw up everything. So just have an unmovable block like a furnace or a chest or something like that. And then have another crappiest monostable over here with a repeater on 2, going into a torch, going into a block, going into a torch, going into a repeater on 3. You're going to want to have a dust there, and then you're going to want to redirect the dust. You can use a button there. You can use anything that redirects redstone except for something that outputs a redstone signal, like a block of redstone or a redstone torch, basically. You know, just stick with tripwire hooks and levers and buttons, and you will not run into that problem, alright? So just have a block there going into a repeater on 2, and then that just goes into that torch, turns it off, and as you see, it is powering that block, like I said earlier. And then that just goes into a repeater on 3, going into a block, going into a torch, going into a sticky piston. Yay! Now, that design is done, basically. Yeah, that if that's retracted, you place a block there, and if that's extended somehow, I don't know how that happened, you place a block like that instead on the side. But this repeater, if you intend on building this in bucket, I mean, this works perfectly fine in bucket, like this. However, if the server is just a teensy bit laggy, buds, well-timed buds like this one will be broken, so you're going to have to change that to 4 ticks, but this works perfectly fine in vanilla and stuff on 3 ticks, as you see there. And what's going on here is, first, this torch over here turns off, that retracts that piston, then over here, monostable activates, and then, that just, here, let me just do it from the closed position. That retracts the block, turns on the comparator, turns off the torch, which retracts that block down there. And then on this side, we have dust going into this monostable that basically makes this torch a 1-tick pulse. And then as soon as that spits the piston over this central sticky piston over here that I'm standing on, right there, then the 3-tick repeater will activate that piston once again, pushing that block up. And then over here we just have a repeater to give some timing delay to it, so after this pushes up, it'll send a 1-tick pulse, which will either spit the block out into that position or retract it into that position. And I'll just show you that right there. As you see, swaps, spits or grabs, and then it's this repeater over here will power that piston. However, it's powering way too damn soon. So this torch over here will retract this piston, and then that'll update this piston when it can push, and I'll just push that back. However, this sticky piston serves double duty because it also retracts the block over this torch, so this does not extend too soon, because without it, you're gonna really need a wooden button, sadly. So yeah, had a cut right there. Recording froze up a little bit. But anyways, I think that should be it for this episode. I've rambled on way too much towards the end. It's like pre-2014 Zombachu, where he would just talk for hours on his videos like this. But anyways, be sure to check out Siberian Hat and Deco. They're 2 of the best redstoners out there. Be sure to subscribe to them and watch their videos and stuff like that. And until next time, goodbye.